is. Hi. Hello.
Here comes the
Susie. Hey, sweetheart. Linda.
Yeah, you've grown since the
So we've got a table then.
Oh, good.
Yeah, definitely grown since Dad's wedding.
Uncle Gene, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Uncle Gene.
Canada, Hawaii.
Great.
And we took it to the...
Let me do my Uncle Gene. Good.
What is your family?
You surprised today?
Yeah,
Good.
How are you?
I didn't
It's
expect.
wonderful.
I didn't expect it.
Your mother, yes.
Great.
He was very
Well, you
surprised.
deserve to be honored today.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Canada, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. My familia at New Jersey. New Jersey. Good. Yeah.
What's your sister?
You know my sister.
Oh yeah, Linda. Yeah. Boy, drop napkins. I got him. Okay. Hey, Bill. Oh, I'm still recording. Good.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good. How are you? Hello. Fine. You? I hope I'm not too underdressed. Got my sneaks on. Hey, Chris.
How you doing?
Good.
Team. I did some research as to what happened in that year. Woodrow Wilson was the 28th president. Pope Pius X was Pope. The average yearly salary was $1,034. Keith told me that's more than my allowance. The average home cost $4,800. The average auto cost $500. Now this is the part I like the best, Dad. Listen to this. In Brooklyn, listen to this. The New York Yankees finished in 7th place. 38 games out of first. They won 57 games and lost 94. And who won the pennant? The Giants. Right there? New York Giants, our team. Oh, that was a good year. Oh, good year. We hate the Yankees. No, my dad and I, Giant. Richard Nixon was born, as was Lionel Hampton. Yes, Richard Nixon, yes. The Internal Revenue Code was formed that year. Now, there were two very, very important inventions that year. One of the most important in history. The brassiere was invented, and the zipper was invented. And the first moving assembly line was that year, the Ford Model T. Okay. Dad, now that was 1913 was a very long time ago. I'm going to give you an example of how long ago it was then. We've had 8 popes since then, 16 different presidents, 22 presidential elections. Now, this one I like that. George Bush is our 43rd president, right? Yeah. Okay. If you go, yes, cheers. If you go back 8 presidents to the 35th president, okay? I'm going to give you a test in a little while for St. Clair students. 35th president, you go back 8 presidents. He wasn't born in 1913 yet. Now, who was that, Mary? Kennedy, yes. John Kennedy wasn't born that year. Some more goodies. World War I was still a year away. Now, this one is incredible. Richie Ferguelli, who's sitting right there, was a toddler. That's scary. That was very scary. Yes, I mean. Prohibition was still 7 years away. Most people don't know what prohibition is, right? Keith, what's prohibition? No. He doesn't. Okay. I like history, not my son. Okay. Babe Ruth played with the Boston Red Sox for 7 more years.
Wow.
He wasn't traded until 1920. This one I like to, well, it took the Yankees 10 years from when you were born to win their first World Championship. Since then, they've gotten very lucky then. Yankee Stadium hadn't been built for 10 years.
Wow.
First talking movie was 14 years away. The Empire State Building wasn't built for 18 years. First TV programs were 26 years away. after 1913. The ballpoint pen was still 32 years away. And more importantly, your first child, Mary, was born 31 years later, 1944. And that makes Mary 59. 59. Linda was born a year later, so she's 58. That's two girls in a row, and I think Mom and Dad started praying for boys, right, Dad? So I came along in 19-something. Dad came along a year later. Then we skip, I think, 26 something years. 1974, the first grandson. So that was, what, 3 boys in a row. And then we had, oh, well, that was Craig, the first grandson. Then we had, let's see if we can do this well, Joseph, Christopher John, Darren, Christopher Jude, Keith, Mark, Michael, Justin, and last but not least, Michael. So how many? Matthew. I'm sorry, Matthew. That's 10 grandsons and 2 boys. 12 boys in a row, Dad. Yeah. You prayed a little too hard back there. Okay, Dad. Now for the serious stuff, Dad. I don't think, Dad, you have any idea how fortunate your children feel to have been raised in a home with Mom and you as our parents. We had a great childhood with so many happy memories. You and Mom emphasized over and over the importance of family, religion, and education. We were a close-knit family back then as we are today. I think that's something you and Mom are especially proud of, but we are just following your examples. Dad, whenever I introduce myself to anyone that I'm Gene Theta's son, I always get a big smile and told what a wonderful person my father is. Dad, you are a loving, caring, kind, generous husband, father, grandfather, uncle, in-law, and friend to so many people here. Thanks, Dad, for everything. Thank you.
All right. As Billy said, I don't think my father realizes what he has accomplished in life and what he's done. I think he sort of underestimates his value to us, but his accomplishments in life. Obviously, both my mother and father, from very humble beginnings, have raised a family of children who have, we've lacked for nothing in life, I guess I could say. We've always were taken care of, well supplied, just very loved, very taken care of in life, and that's something that our parents have offered to us that we're very grateful for. And the quality of life we had, I think, is something that, we wouldn't be here honoring my father today if we weren't taught, if we didn't learn, if we weren't raised with values and raised with the respect that we feel in life, raised with the values that we learned from our nuns in grammar school, but especially ingrained in us from our parents. The love and respect and the way we treat people, the way we expect to be treated, these are all values that we learned from our parents, and we wouldn't be here honoring our father, and also I have to say our mother here today if it weren't for what we were raised, if it weren't for the way we were raised and the values that we were taught as children. And I got this from my father, so it's okay. But it's a tribute to my father and also a tribute to my mother to be here today for all the love and sheltering and all the love and the kindness and everything that they've shown for us in all our lives. And speaking on behalf of your 4 children, we're very grateful and very lucky to have both of you as parents. And Anthony.
I have something to say. This is a great guy, and I love him so much. And he's still my babysitter, and he's 90, and he's so supportive. And usually, you take care of your parents when they are 90. He's still taking care of us, and I think that's great because he's still cares so much. If we are well provided, especially in the last year and a half, he always been born. Especially year and a half, he's been so supportive, and he's always wanted to be sure that my kids have a babysitter when I am not there, when Eddie's not there. He's the best.
say.
I remember when I first met my father-in-law. It was just a few years ago, and I remember the first time very clearly. His smile, the warmth in his face, how well he dressed. I remember him as being so dapper and so warm, and the warmth of his hand, and since on the many occasions, the many formal occasions and not so formal occasions that we've been together, and the love that's shown, and the love of all of the family, and the respect that everyone in the Fata family shows each other, and the way that they have welcomed me into their family and their home. And I remember the first time that I met him, and when I was leaving that day, he said, and he gave me a big kiss, and he put his arm around me, and he said, thank you for coming over. And to him, this man that is such a success, that embodies success in every way, the way he's raised his family, the way he put his children through school, supported his grandchildren, and most importantly, the type of person that he is and his values. Truly a success. And to you, I say, thank you for coming over.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to thank everyone for being here today. I first want to thank the sisters who we've known for so many years, when we were very little, and of course very bright, precocious children. And I want to thank family, my Uncle Frank's family, all of you, and neighbors for Joelle's. I shouldn't start anybody, but I just want to thank everyone for being here. It's so important for us to have all of you here today, sharing such a joyous occasion. Each and every one of you, family, friends, thank you very, very much for coming.
Happy birthday, dear Uncle Gene. Happy birthday to you.
No, you say yes.
Say it quick.
But that's like a fun one because it's like hidden. It's kind of a...
It's like surprise.
Ken, you're definitely coming over to Ardsley, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that one's a tough one. That one's a little violent.
I mean, that sounds nice.
Matthew, say goodbye to Susie.